What's going on? It's all in the cards with Kathy. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Reading Between the Wines. So, unfortunately, my guest is not able to come. The author's not able to come, but we're going to have some fun with the whiskey drinking, crazy thinking, shit talking that I am walking. It's all in the cards with Kathy. She's still here. She's out there tonight, so I can't wait to speak to her and ask her some of these crazy burning questions that I have for tonight. So, welcome to Reading Between the Wines. It's Wine Down Wednesday, Wine Wednesday, December 22nd. Can't believe it, but it's here. It is what it is. We rocking and rolling. Only a couple more days until Christmas. So, I want to know, what have you been listening to? If you've been listening to any Christmas music, what have you been listening to? What is your favorite Christmas song? And we're going to get right into the song of the day in a minute. But we are sampling tonight. Hopefully, I got this right and I'm saying it right. We are sampling Gemma de Luna Pinot Grigio. 12% alcohol tonight. So you never know what's going to happen tonight. But Gemma de Luna Pinot Grigio. So now, as far as song of the day goes, I love this 8 Days of Christmas by Destiny's Child, released October 30th, 2001, off of the 8 Days of Christmas album by Destiny's Child. And I love it because all throughout the song, they say, "Doesn't it feel like Christmas?" So, right around this time, when it gets real close, you can really say, okay, yeah, it's starting to feel like Christmas. You know, we almost there. So, doesn't it feel like Christmas? It does to me. What are you listening to? What is your favorite Christmas song? What have you been listening to lately? I want to say what's up to people out there who've been watching on TikTok. I also want to say I'm so excited that I have an expansion with Twitter as well. So anybody out there, if you have Twitter, go ahead and follow me on Twitter. That is at Americans. I'm also on Facebook, of course. What's going on, people out there on Facebook? I'm on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, DLive, and Twitch. I want to give a very special shout out to Danny from My Survivor Voice podcast. We had a real and deep show a couple nights ago. When I tell you that it's real, and I know I've said it several times before, but really real. Is it real? Is it really real? That show was amazing. And it's going to open up your eyes, it's going to open up your ears, and hopefully it opens up your heart for some people out there who might need some help. So definitely go ahead and watch the replay. Very special shout out to Danny from My Survivor Voice podcast. She came on the other night and shared a story that absolutely had my mind blown completely to a whole nother dimension. Just craziness. Go ahead and watch that replay. Also, want to say a very special shout out to Jason T. Davis from Los Angeles, California. Thank you so much for all of the love and support. Leah Abraham, Vibes by Royale, Switch Thrift Clothing Company, R&B recording artist Donna Allen. Thank you for coming through as well. Miss Rebel Jewel, Curvy Dolls Boutique, Sophie Davis, all the way from the UK, Bethany Sims. Now, Bethany, I need to know what's going on, Candle Boutique and Co. Bethany Sims, or is it Bethany Trent? I need to know. It's like you got two different names out there. Very special shout out to all of my Facebook people out there, and John Wayne from Facebook. Thank you so much for supporting as well. So again, like I said, we are sampling Gemma de Luna Pinot Grigio tonight, and it's 12%. We are going to get some hints of green apple, pear, citrus, grapefruit, even some lemon and honeysuckle. So honeysuckle and jasmine. you might get out of this. This here pairs very well with seafood, veggie dishes, and mushrooms. Here we go. Of course, I've been sampling a little bit before the show got started. So go ahead and pick your bottle up of Gemma de Luna Pinot Grigio. Now, I asked a question the other night that had some people thinking, and I asked a simple question: what are the three main things to keep a man happy? Drop it in the comments and let me know what's going on. What are the three main things out there that is needed to keep a man happy? Let's see what my co-host has to say about this. Three main things that are needed to keep a man happy. I can't. Didn't even get started yet.
I'm doing all the best of 2021.
Oh,
finishing my leftovers.
Next week we're gonna do a best of, so we get to go through some of the things.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, over the shows that we've done. So, what are the three main things to keep a man happy? Oh, you were twisted tonight.
I was thinking, like, what do I care what makes him happy? I want to be happy. What's the three things to keep me happy?
Well, some people are, getting into the dating thing again, and they might need some advice. So, you never know.
I gotcha. Well, one very good tip: do not get drunk on your date. Like, did you see my video where I was sipping on the straw? And I said, any woman that wants to get to the very bottom of everything, you might not want a second date. So don't be a lush. It doesn't go over well, trust me.
Okay.
So that's one. I would say put out a lot. That's probably a favorable thing.
Well, I don't know what you mean by put out a lot. What does that mean? What's that mean?
You know.
No, I don't.
Get frisky a lot.
Get frisky a lot. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm assuming you like this person, right?
Who said I was talking about me? I was just saying
no. I'm saying in general. And I guess the third thing is, and this has always worked for me, never be yourself.
Oh, my goodness.
Be somebody else. That's my best opinion. What do you think?
The other night, people said they did say sex was number one. They did say that. And they also said cooking good food. And then they also said support, love and support, which is very important. A man really needs to feel supported and feel, that you're listening, you're on their team, you got them,
I'm sorry, did you say something?
Oh, my goodness. And this would be the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, this would be the reason why.
That's true. In a relationship, it's usually about me. I'm a little ashamed to say that, but I can be honest with myself.
Now, let me ask you this question. Do you believe at love at first sight?
Yes.
You do?
It happened to me. Yep, it absolutely did happen to me.
And then what happened?
Over a hamburger. I screwed it up, but that wasn't the question. You said,
do you believe in love at first sight? I mean, yeah.
I did. I mean, it actually did happen to me. I saw this. Well, at the time I was young and he was young. We were in our 20s at college. And I saw this man and I said, I have to go over and talk to him. And I sat down and I said, I had a hamburger. And I said, this looks like a hockey puck. And he goes, I love hockey. And we started talking,
Mm-hmm.
and we just instantly hit it off. Looking back, we might have moved a little too fast. We went back to my house the same day.
I'm listen, hey.
But we really did love each other, though. We really, really did. And would have gotten married. We had a lot in common.
Well, that's good.
But, yeah, I chose the wrong guy. That day, you know, when I was young.
I'm sure we all could relate to that.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I am here with bells on.
So what nonsense do you have for us this week?
Oh my gosh. Oh, I almost got in a fight with a parking lot.
Go ahead. Go right ahead.
Well, I was crossing I wouldn't call it a street.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like in the parking lot of the store with the 74-year-old. And she's walking slow. And I'm trying to like pull her along. And this woman comes barreling down in a minivan.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets about 8 feet from us. And she's looking the other way. She's not even looking at the road, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to push this woman, and she's not having it. And I said, well, I guess this is it. And my light flashed in front of my eyes. Of course, I didn't like what I saw her, but at the last minute, she looked up and she swerved. And she looked so shocked. And I went like that, and she goes, a bit dramatic, aren't you? And I said, no. So she pulls over and she says, come over here and we're going to finish this.
Oh my God. Wow.
And she had a baby in the backseat, a baby. I'm like, oh yeah, like I got a 74-year-old here. Let's just, you know, have a brawl here in the parking lot. You know, I said, who am I going to take out first, the baby?
You know what? Before the end of 2022, I predict that you will get into an altercation with somebody because you don't know how to just let shit go. You always have to say something. And
what are you supposed to do, though? What are you supposed to do? Say thank you for almost running me
Okay, so
over?
back in the day, you used to like give middle fingers to people that pissed you off. You could blow the horn and get crazy at people.
I didn't do that.
No. I'm saying back in the day, you used to could do that. Now you can't do that because people will track you down, chase you down, and blow your damn brains out. So you really got to be careful about messing with people in this day and age. And you should know better than that when you stay glued to all of the news and shit. You know how crazy this world is. So you have to absolutely be crazy just like the rest of them to get out there and start going toe-to-toe with some of these fools.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, what are you supposed to do? I mean,
Mind your business. Mind your business.
I'm pretty sure. I was crossing the street. She was totally in the
But
wrong.
did anybody tell you to start making gestures and you know, waving your hands up in the air and doing crazy stuff like that?
What am I supposed to say? Gee, thanks for running me down.
Be thankful.
Like I was all set to throw myself under the minivan for this lady. I'm not going to let a 74-year-old take the hit of a minivan.
Well,
it's crazy.
Like I said, my prediction.
You ever see your life go before your eyes like that? It's crazy.
Like I said, my predictions are before the end of next year, you will come on this show here and say, hey, listen, we've had an issue.
We got in a fight with somebody.
You might be wearing sunglasses just like I am to cover up some of the marks that you might have.
You got in a fight?
No, I'm just saying, but just take them off just so everybody can see. No, you might do that because you might have to.
No, I would just be honest and say I lost the fight. I've lost fights before. One time I had my head bashed into a brick wall. I saw, I was so wasted. I saw two women. And I'm like, oh, man, it's a 50-50. And I took a shot at one.
I remember you told me that you got jumped right at the bar because you were running your mouth again, saying something about.
No, that was a different one.
Oh my God!
The woman who put my head through a brick, into a brick wall was a friend.
Note to everybody: don't go anywhere with Kathy. Period. The end. Especially now.
Yeah, but you will have fun though. Until the shit hits the fan, you will have a lot of fun.
Oh my God. Okay.
I predict you're going to get in a fight.
No, I'm not. I'm too mild and too calm these days to get into a fight. Now, if you were talking maybe like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, yeah, absolutely. But I'm too mild nowadays, and when people piss me off, I just run in the other direction because I want to stop myself from going off on people.
So if somebody comes up to you and totally takes advantage of you, like totally starts a fight.
I thought, okay, so you said totally take advantage of you. I'm like, oh, in what kind of way? No, you're talking about another way. And starts a fight.
No, I mean, they screw with you. They go out of the way.
Yeah.
They start a fight with you. Are you just going to take it nicely and say, okay, thank you?
What,
just walk away?
Just words?
Like turn the other cheek?
They just talking words? Or they're putting their hands on you?
No, like they're trying to get you into a fight.
Yeah, that's just
over something that's not your fault.
That's just talking words. So as long as they don't put their hands on me, I'm fine. You put your hands
on
me.
What if they're threatening you, though?
They didn't do it, though, did they?
Okay.
Like, you put your hands on me, that's a whole nother story. I can't tell you what the outcome of that story is going to be. But, I mean, people can say what they want to say, and no, I can't get involved with that mess. Mm-mm.
Well, I figured I'd take the baby out first. So the baby wouldn't jump us, and then I deal with the mother, right?
Well, you might.
I'm just playing with it.
I might be visiting you behind bars one day.
Oh my God.
Might be.
You know, it's so funny. I made a political cartoon, and it got so out of hand. The comments.
See,
wait a minute, not between me.
Other people.
This guy said something to me, and then these two people started going at it.
Mm-hmm.
But the one guy said to me, and I didn't quite understand really where he was even going with this. He goes to me, "You're a terrorist," and I said, "Sir," I said, "I am not a terrorist. I am a hardworking citizen and a grandmother." I said, "Be kind." And then he said something to me, and this other guy jumped in, and then those two were going at it. And I thought, something so simple that should get people to think and be, because I even said, like, I respect everyone's opinions, you know, but I think people use some of this stuff for outlets that are not good. I'm just learning that.
Why do you think a long time ago I said we would not discuss these types of things on this platform? Because it could get really out of control. And honestly, the things that I see, because sometimes I see a little preview of stuff, wait until next year. You will not believe how crazy it's going to get between 2022 and 23.
As far as like what?
Just people getting crazy. Yeah, people getting crazy and stuff that's coming up. We need to be prepared for next year, honestly.
Yeah, you think it's going to go bad, like Armageddon bad, or just just bad? How much worse can it get? I mean, you can't even go to the store without a mother threatening to run you down. Like,
oh, that's
that's still pretty bad, though. Think about that. When I had young kids,
when you get to the point where you're minding your business and somebody that you don't know is coming up to you, which is happening already, and bothering you for no good reason. You're just minding your business, walking, and there's issues that way. That's happening already, and it's trickling in to nice neighborhoods. It doesn't matter if you live in the ghetto or whatever. You just have to be on point and prepared. And
yeah, that's true. That is true.
Know how to get in and get out and mind your business, and it's craziness.
We went to the movies today, and I was even thinking while I'm sitting here in the movies, like, how safe is this? You're sitting here in the dark with a bunch of strangers. Like, is this even really safe?
Well, remember a time when you were almost afraid to go to the movies because they were shooting up movie theaters?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was what, The Dark Knight? Batman. Wasn't that sad? That was Christmas, or like around the Christmas holiday, remember? Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking of going to see The Matrix on Christmas Day after I work.
Hmm.
I
You know,
love Keanu Reeves.
I never
He's
saw
so
the
cute.
I never saw the first one.
Yeah, who cares about the movie? You know, he's cute.
Something else.
I can't even tell you what half of his movies were about. I don't know what the first Matrix was. I don't care.
But you're gonna go see the second one now.
Oh yeah, because he's in it on the wide screen. No, there's some of his movies, like some of them weren't good. Like remember the one Rap Tribe, the mailbox or something, or the beach. What was that called? The Beach House.
Wait, let me think about it. No, I don't know what you're talking about. Give me one more try. Yeah, no, still don't know what you're talking about. I
think it was called The Mailbox. He gets a letter, or Sandra Bullock gets a letter in the mail, and he was in the past and she was in the future. But the problem was they were only 7 years apart in the future. So that was stupid. It wasn't like he was 10 years ago or, you know?
Didn't he have the Speed movies? Wasn't he in Speed?
Oh, yeah.
Now, that was on point. I remember the first one. And then he did Speed too, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, that was. She was in that too, Sandra Bullock.
That's what
I like her too. She's very cute.
Oh, I didn't know that you go both ways. What else are we revealing here tonight on Reading Between the Lines? Keanu Reeves is cute and Sandra Bullock is cute.
Yeah, but see, I wouldn't go see a movie just because she's in it, though. She's cute. I like her acting. I think she's fabulous.
What else do you like about her now that you're telling? Do tell.
She's a great actress. Yeah, she is a great actress.
As we open up here on Reading Between the Lines, we learn more about the whiskey drinking, crazy thinking. Drink some more of that whiskey and tell more stories.
Well, there's a lot. We went to see West Side Story today. Did you see the first one? Probably not. Right?
Did it have a sex scene in it?
No.
Then I didn't see that one now.
Well, it was like 19, I don't know, 50 something.
What's going on, everybody?
Was, the Sharks and the Jets. So it's two gangs that fight each other. And then, of course, in the end, people die. And I was really hoping that they would do like a remake. And, I don't know. Everybody comes to their senses or something. At the end, I was really hoping for a happy ending.
Oh, I bet you were hoping for a happy ending.
Oh, there was a happy ending in this one. This one, the girl actually put out, Maria. I was like, I don't know about this.
Oh, my goodness, you cracked me up. So speaking of putting out and getting yourself into a situation, because this can happen, but what age is too old to have a child? So at what age do you basically just tell somebody, sit the F down? You do not need to be having any more kids. Too old, too damn old.
Well, what's the circumstances? Do they have kids previously, or is it the first one?
Okay, see, we we didn't get into that. I just want to know what is the cutoff?
I would say 40, because 40? I had my last baby at 35, and I was the old lady in the hospital, and everybody else was young. So at 40, you're just tired, and by the time that child gets older, then you're 60, and then you want to retire. You know, you just get too old for teenage problems.
I don't know. I'm 40. I'm 41 years old, and I'm so thankful that I had my kids when I was younger, because I don't have time for that now. Like, I couldn't imagine chasing around a child now at 40 some odd years old.
Yeah, but see, the little ones are easy. It's the teenagers.
Nah, they get easy when they get older. I disagree.
Not my kids. Come on. I had nothing but issues. They wouldn't go to school. Kate ran away. Oh, not good stuff.
Sweden. I'm going to call you Sweden. I don't know why you can't donate. Are you looking to donate off of the platform, or are you clicking the link above? I'm not quite sure, but You can donate by clicking the link above, and there should be a link for you to donate. I don't know what's going on. So,
Oh, is that like a rose and that stuff?
a rose? What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. That's TikTok. I
No.
watch this musician and he gets like roses.
Oh yeah.
And...
Sometimes people do that. D Live people can give like different lemons and stuff like that. I think Twitch has their own separate way to donate. Twitter has a separate way to donate as well, which I just was able to get that set up yesterday. Everyone has their own separate different thing, but the generic way to donate is by clicking the link above at all of my social media platforms, and you can donate whatever you'd like to. But the best way that I say to donate is by purchasing one of my books, because guess what? You help me out, plus you actually get something, you know. And once you're done reading the book, guess what you can always do? Pass it on to the next. Books are great because when you're done reading them, you can just pass them on to the next person. And, it's like the gift that keeps giving as long as you do it the right way. Now, what I say about that is the right way. When you get books, sometimes people mark up in them and write all over them. My new book is a journal, so it is meant to be written in. So that one you probably can't, pass that along to somebody unless you want them to see your deep, dark, personal thoughts. I wouldn't pass that book along, but yeah.
That's a book that I want to read.
Actually,
I want to read stuff from the dark side.
I have lines in here so that you see that, so you can write your thoughts in there. So my inspiration is
very nice.
1.5, and what is about two and a half, a week and a half. The book will be available.
So you're doing pre-orders now?
Yeah, pre-orders now, which we're almost wrapping that up. And I just want to say thank you to everybody who has supported. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, 2022 is going to be something special. I can't wait. I'm ready to get this thing rocking and rolling.
Very good. You're going to start writing your third book? Your memoirs?
Actually, it's funny that you say that. Yes, it will be about my life story, the next one.
Well, I am a psychic.
Oh, geez. But yeah, the next one is going to tell my life story from the time that I was born all the way up until now. Yeah. That's crazy. Wow. That is insane. Did you saw something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did a reading for somebody and they said, "Oh my God, like you completely blew my mind."
Yeah, this next book, I'm gonna pull my mother into it, and we're gonna go back and we're gonna reminisce and go through some old pictures and stuff, and get it all put together for the third book.
Oh, that's cute. Yeah. And you can have pictures in there.
Though. Yeah, you're gonna see the pictures of how I grew up and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, yeah. But I think the book is going to be real big. It's going to be, you ever see one of those crazy, real thick, big books that are out of control?
Yeah.
I think.
The coffee table books.
Yeah, it might be something like that. Yeah.
Wow.
I just don't know, because you don't know how much you can put in there. And with that one, since it's going to be like my life thing, I'm not holding back on it. So whatever needs to be put in there needs to be put in there.
Gotcha.
So. But we're not even there yet. We got to get through the first. It's the second one. So.
Wow. Anyway. I don't think anybody want to read a book of my life. I'm too boring.
Well, I don't believe that. Everybody has a story to tell. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but you got to remember half of your life to be able to write it.
That's why I'm pulling my mom in to help me.
Gotcha.
But I remember some of the jacked up things. I think I need my mom to help me remember some of the good things. But also, the head wrap that I am wearing in this book here on the cover, Miss Jetta from my rap tribe. This is her creation. So, yes, that is nice. At my rap tribe. Y'all go ahead and check her out. She does some awesome stuff. And yeah, that's her work. Oh, I had the book turned sideways, so you turned sideways.
You ought to get Jenna to make one that has like lettering on it all the way around and like different writing. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, like different
Yeah, like fonts.
You could also do different languages too. That'd be interesting. Yeah.
All kinds of stuff you could do.
So now I got a question for you. When you tell someone that you need space, right? You know, when you're in relationships and stuff like that, it gets a little crazy. That's why today, when it comes to like dating people, I try not to, you know, go in full throttle because sometimes it could be too much for people. And then they could be like, I need a little space. So to avoid all of that, you sort of hold back a little bit. You don't go in too much. You believe in that? No, you go in full throttle. But anyway, so when someone says that they need space, does that give both parties options to explore the field?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what that means. That's exactly why when
I think
someone
so,
says,
yeah.
"Oh, I need space and some time," I was never down for all of that because that means that you have the option to go ahead and explore, right?
That's what I would take it.
Yeah, see, I
It's a
knew.
nice way of saying, I'm not really 100% happy with it.
Yeah, see. Now, do you believe that? What is that saying? Absence makes the heart grow fonder, or something like that.
Nope.
You don't believe that? You don't believe that?
No. Do you?
I don't know. I don't know.
Well, how much absence? If it's only like a week or two, but a couple of months, a year. Then
A
if
couple
you
of
hear
months.
from a guy,
A couple of.
if you hear from a guy after 1 year, he's going through his phone book and he's lonely and he's looking for somebody. And you're just like, you're just in the book somewhere.
Just break
I got
up.
no more time for bullshit. I really don't.
Just break up. Don't go fool around and then come back when you're done.
Yeah. Well, you know me. I don't even keep the number. So when somebody does call up and go, "Hey, it's me," or text me, I'm like, "What the hell is this?" Then I gotta fish around. I gotta fish for information.
That ain't right.
Yeah.
Do you? I don't understand. Now, did any of those people from 2020 still pop up?
Oh yeah.
That's terrible. So you could basically be minding your business, and all of a sudden you get this random text.
Yeah.
And what do you do?
I kind of fish around. I'll be like, "Oh,
You don't just tell them.
how's your sister?" And they'll be like, "What? I don't have a sister." Okay, well that narrows that down.
Oh my god.
I just ask all these like random questions, and then I figure it out eventually.
You don't just tell them that it's I just am done. Don't bother.
Well, what am I supposed to say? The minute you left, I deleted you, and I don't know who the hell you are.
Basically, when you write back, "Who's this?" that lets them know what happened. Do you ever write that? "Who's this?"
Not really. I don't want to seem rude. I'd rather ask 20 questions and figure it out. That's like my ex-husband. If the rare times I've ever had to like text him, he texts us back, "Who dis?"
Oh my
And
god.
I'm like,
See,
right?
because he deleted your number. This is so funny. I was thinking about it. So we got like maybe what? Less than 10 shows until the end of the year, right? I think so.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about how the first part of the 411 podcast and reading between the lines, it was all about relationships and blah, 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 blah. And even when I go back and I look at some of the old shows, you can see like the anger that was in me and even on my facial expressions. And then I sort of changed along the period of time. So I'm letting everybody know that all of these relationships and questions and stuff like that, if you want to know about it, get your questions in now because come 2022, this whole talk about relationships and stuff, it is over. I am not pulling any of this BS into the next year. So the next, which is this two of the 4-in-1 podcast, is going to be totally different. It's about transforming your mind, thinking positive, and just different things because nobody wants to keep going through that same old stuff over and over and over again. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So speaking of which, I'm so thankful that I've been healed, and but I want to ask you, how do you feel about your ex-husband? You still hate him, or have you been healed a little bit to where it's?
Nah, I think hate's a strong word, but I resent him because
Even
he
after
never.
all
But
of
not
these years.
because of me though, because he still won't help our grown children. That's what I resent. Not, it's got nothing to do with me. Like, I'm happy.
But you know what? Honestly, when it comes to all of the people who've done stuff to me in the past, I don't have any hard feelings for any of them. Because
Oh, that's good.
if they have did not play their part and do what they were supposed to do, I don't think I'd be here. And the last one that I ran back to taught me a lesson about people. And I kind of knew, and I said, why is this person still in my life after all of this BS? You know, before I got married, after I got married, after I'm divorced, the whole same thing. This one person keeps on popping up, keeps on showing me their true colors, was to teach me a lesson about people. So even that person is like, yeah, you know what? You're going to be who you're going to be. It is what it is.
Yeah.
People can't hurt you unless you allow them to come in and hurt you.
Well, that's true.
But
And you're right.
I was just curious to see if you had been able to move past that. And it looks like
Well, I mean, I think I have in a lot of ways, but the fact that my grown children still could use things that he could provide, it does give a little bit of a level of resentment, especially when I got a pony up all the time.
But you know what I've noticed though, that when people don't do what they're supposed to do or think that they've got away with something, you everybody has to pay one way or the other. It may not be when you. I think I said this to you, several shows, like even last year when we first got started. It doesn't happen on your time.
Yeah.
It'll all come together and all make sense why. You just don't know why right at this moment.
But it sounds like, I've been taking Tai Chi, and that's a lot what they teach you. It's like the oldest form of exercise or meditation. It's thousands and thousands and thousands of years old. And it gives you that, like, everything is going to be okay, because it's like everything is one. You breathe through the top of your head, and you breathe through your stomach, and you find some peace. And I think it's starting to sink in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The older I get, the more mellow I get.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Here you are fighting people in the parking lot, going off on people in the UPS store. I don't know who you're trying to fool, but you ain't fooling me. Every week you come on here and you have a story to tell about how something's got.
I'm still more mellow. You should have saw me when I was younger. And I still say that mother started with me in the parking lot. Come over here and we'll finish it. Can you imagine with a baby? Oh my God.
You are going to get into some serious BS. I'm telling you, man. Mm-mm-mm.
There'll be a brawl at the senior center. It'll be like the Sharks and the Jets at the senior center. Half of the seniors over here and the other half over here.
Now, I know that this is going to be something special here. Have you ever secretly wanted a friend or a family member to break up or get divorced with their significant other?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Not so secretly, though. I've outright said to my brothers,
What did
so you made a good choice there?
You told them outright in front of the person or behind closed doors?
Well, all right. The one sister-in-law does have good reason for hating me.
Mm-hmm.
I got very drunk at her wedding.
Mm-hmm.
And made a big scene and ruined the wedding. So yes, I could see where she would hate me.
Oh, you just had me think about something else. But go ahead. Tell me what you did.
That was a long time ago.
Well, tell me what you did, because then we can talk about weddings.
What I did?
Yeah, what did you do at the wedding to make a big scene?
Oh my God. I got so wasted. Mm-hmm. And I was walking around in this peach gown with this big ass hat on, insulted everybody in the family. Like, I mean, really tearing this wedding up. It was bad.
What were some of the things that you said? What did you say to some of the members? What did
just
you say?
how much I didn't like some of them. I'm like, I never liked you. Now's the time I'm gonna just tell you what I think of you, that kind of thing. Just awful behavior, outright awful behavior. Slobbering, full down drunk, getting somebody to drink champagne out of my shoe. Just awful.
Wait a minute. First of all, you said two things that what the hell is slabbering?
Slobbering.
Oh, slobbering.
It's like when you're so drunk, you're just like fluid on yourself. And I was in the wedding. I was freaking in the wedding.
Wait, so you were slobbering all over the place.
All over the gown, and I was in the wedding, and it's in the wedding pictures. So every time they look at a wedding picture with the bridesmaids,
and you said that you were having somebody drink champagne out of your shoe. How the hell?
Well, it wasn't my idea; it was his idea.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, because I don't know how you can make somebody do that. So he was just.
No, he said, I need a shoe, and I said, I'm not taking off my shoe. So he started creating a scene. So I took off my shoe. He filled up the shoe, which didn't hold anything. It started dripping out of the shoe.
What the hell?
It went all over the place. Then he's like trying to drink it, and it's coming down him. And my father comes over and goes, "What the hell is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was that. So she has good reason to hate me, but. I mean, it's been like 40 years. Like, can't we bury the hatchet?
You're the one who said you wanted them to break up.
Well, that's only because she's not. No, I mean, they love each other. They love each other. They're probably perfect for each other.
Now, let me ask you this question here as you continue to carry on. Don't you think that they might be looking at this eventually one day? Maybe not now, maybe not tonight.
Yeah, then I got two sister-in-laws. They don't know which one I'm talking about. Because I got drunk at both of their weddings. So, booyah.
I have some stories about weddings that have been ruined. And somebody close to me has ruined two of my aunt's weddings. Not one, but two of them. One on my father's side and one on my mother's side. But that will go down in history as I always go back and forth in my mind. Which one did he ruin the worst? This aunt or that aunt? But I'm telling you, well, I guess one aunt on my mom's side, the police were called. So I guess that took the cake. The police were called and somebody got carted away in an ambulance. So I guess that's it.
I had that happen at one wedding, both the police and the ambulance. The bride, right? The bride beat up the groom after the wedding, like at the reception.
That's crazy.
You think? And they hauled them off, and they got a divorce because the guy's like, they found out that the wife was like abusing him or something. Really odd behavior.
And that's something also too. Not that any of that should be taken lightly, but you know how the men always get pinned as being the abuser. There's so many men that actually get abused by women, and they just take it because obviously it's not a right thing to hit a woman. But there's so many men that just sit there and get beat. Now, of course, they can overpower a woman if they wanted to, although some of them can't. Especially if someone marries a 500-pound woman and he's like 120 pounds. That scenario, happens too. That's why I was always leery about, dating women who were stronger than me. I'm not trying to make light of it, but that has happened. I mean, I got pinned down by one woman in my lifetime, and that was enough to teach me a lesson. And I said, absolutely not.
Really? Wow.
I was younger, and I said, absolutely not. But
yeah, I don't know. She even kicked his ass in a wedding gown. Like I've never seen anything like that. You think that she had an unfair advantage being in a big, long, heavy wedding dress. But no, she did it well. She she really let him have it.
So speaking of these weddings, this probably happens more than we know, right? That there's always kinds of fights and dramas at weddings.
Yeah. Unfortunately. Anytime you got booze at a wedding.
Because people like you just don't know how to handle liquor.
Well, you know what? It's so funny. I went to a woman's wedding and I said, I'm going to be very well behaved. I had 2 drinks.
When you have to, first of all, when you have to go to somebody's wedding and say, I'm going to be very well behaved, you already know that that's a problem. But go ahead.
I was well behaved. They weren't offered a lot of booze, and I thought, well, these people are very conservative. I guess they're not big drinkers, the whole crowd. Now, about half an hour before the wedding ended, they had all these liquor bottles behind the bar, and people were just grabbing the liquor bottles and starting to drink from the liquor bottles.
That's because they were too conservative. They're like, hell, we waited too long. We just need to go ahead and get what we need to get.
Yeah, and I was like trying to grab myself a bottle, but by that time it was all grabbed. I didn't know it was a free-for-all. I would have not been well behaved, But as it is, I knocked over a few things. Like they had a waiting line to meet the bride of the groom, and I knocked over like one of these big signs that had your picture on it.
I've seen a pillar get knocked over. A really tall pillar that was like damn near 8 feet get knocked over and make a loud crash, bang. I've also seen some dead fish inside of a cake too, which I thought was pretty gross because they had goldfish that were swimming around. It was like a big tier cake. You had cake, another layer of cake, goldfish in the middle, and then 2 more layers of cake. But it was a goldfish bowl that was in the middle of the cake. But when they slapped the cake on top of the goldfish bowl, they cut off all of the oxygen, and I guess they didn't realize that time is ticking. Plus they also put blue dye inside there to make blue water to make it match with the color of the cake. Well, you can't do that to the fish, plus cut off their oxygen too. So when it came time to cut the cake, there was dead fish floating around, and I'm like, I'm not really feeling this situation right here. From my previous life, the dead animals and stuff just didn't really jive well with me. I'm like, and boy, what would the people say that I work with if they saw that someone put goldfish with blue dye and cut off their oxygen?
But why did they just put it on the top layer? Wouldn't that make more sense?
They probably wouldn't have looked right.
That is the most disgusting wedding cake story I've ever heard.
Now, one of the baddest wedding cakes that I've ever seen came from the ceiling. You know how a chandelier, right?
Yeah.
Just think of a wedding cake, how it goes small, big, 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 big. So they had it turned upside down. So it was big, 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 small, small, small. And then on each ring, they had all these crystals around it, so it looked like a chandelier.
Oh, wow.
All the way up in the thing. And you're sitting here wondering, well, where the hell is the wedding cake? And you're looking, because that's the first thing you do when you go into the reception hall, is look for the wedding cake. Where the hell is the damn wedding cake? I don't see it. But then you look up and you see the chandelier, and you're like, oh, well, that's a nice chandelier. That's great. Then when it came time for them to go ahead and cut the cake, they pushed the button and it came down.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was the baddest wedding cake that I've seen. Crazy, right?
That is crazy. That's a lot of thought put into just a piece of pastry.
And then they cut it the right way, because you cut right from the top and you cut your cake the right way, and then you have the small piece on the bottom. That was always a pain in the ass when you're cutting everything on the bottom, and then everything starts to get all wavy because you're actually cutting from the base.
You cut from the base? I thought you take the top layer off.
Well, you do.
Yeah.
Oh, I get what you're saying. The hell, I don't know. I can't remember anything. So, how's your wedding plans coming along? Speaking of weddings.
It's not. I was dealing with the oil tank, and the oil tank came out, and it's fine. And
Well, that's
got
good.
everything back. It's all good.
That's good.
Well, the township has to come out and inspect, but I think it might be okay. So yeah, that was the big excitement of the couple of weeks. So that precedes any wedding talk right now.
So now that's off the table for a couple months now.
I don't know. It's like one of those things. I guess you just do it, you know. But see, when you're single for a long time,
Mm-hmm.
you get so used to being single that it's almost terrifying the thought of getting married.
I have certain circumstances if I ever decide to do it again, which I don't believe I would, but it has to be some real deep circumstances. I have rules this time around. I have
Oh
standards,
yeah, rules.
rules and standards that will stop me from making mistakes again. So unless you are willing to pay for my own separate house to where I can be by myself,
You want to be by yourself?
unless you can pay for me to have my own separate house to where I can go and escape and be by myself when I feel like it ain't gonna work.
Hmm. Well, I guess. I mean,
That'll keep them off for a while.
I look at it the other way. Like being older, I think, well, who's going to go to the nursing home first? That kind of thing.
I look at a lot of people and I've realized that, I mean, if you look deep and you do some deep thoughts, it's meant for some people and some people it's not
Yeah.
meant for. And you just have to figure out which type of person you are. And
Exactly.
at this
That
stage,
is so true before you do actually get married. Yeah.
yeah, when you're young, you make a lot of stupid mistakes and then you realize what's going on. It's like you say, if it's in the cards for some certain people, but and I don't think it's meant for me.
Mm. I
Mm-mm.
just watched the movie and the guy said the same thing. He said, "Promise me we'll be together forever, and that promise me you won't marry me because I'm not the marrying type." And she said, "I do."
That's cool. Yeah, I like stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I said, my next wedding will be nice. It'll be a destination wedding.
Oh, to Egypt.
You'll have no idea what happened over there, but I'll tell you, you'll see a whole bunch of pictures, but you won't see no paperwork. You sure will not see no paperwork, I'll tell you that much, and you'll be invited to reception.
Well, that's good enough. I'll behave myself.
That's about it. well,
Hide the booze.
we made it through another show. We have one more
We
show
did. We
before the
did.
end of the year.
I know. Did the year go fast?
It did. It did. Yeah.
It's good though. And
And
congratulations again on the book.
well, thank you so much. And we're gonna get a week off because I'm gonna be heading out to Arizona soon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And what is that in January?
Yeah. Gonna be
Very
heading
nice.
out to Arizona. So yeah.
Well, make sure you tell me so I don't tune in and say, "Where the hell is he?"
I just told you no, but yeah, it's coming up soon. But I'll let you know.
I'll be sitting here going, "Wait a minute, it's 8:10." I've actually done that on the 911.
911.
411.
911. Oh my God.
I always get those two confused. So God forbid I ever do need the 911, I'll be dialing the 411. But I've tuned into the 411 and I'm like, I don't think he's coming on tonight. It's like 10 after, you know?
911. That's funny.
Yeah. Don't call 911. If you're looking for Larry, call 411.
Don't call that either, because that'll depend on what time it is. I ask, might not answer.
Oh, that's too funny. Oh, well, this was fun. I'm glad we did it.
It was. We don't really get a freestyle session part, but we did tonight.
We did.
Our
And
guest,
when we do, it's fun.
our guest is going to reschedule. You know, we are in some rough times now, and you never know what's going on. But a lot of people are feeling under the weather, and then a lot of people are getting scared, thinking that it's this whatever the hell they call it, Abercrombie, whatever the hell they call it. They're all getting nervous about it. I actually got tested this week for the first time.
Did you?
Yeah, it was not a good experience at all.
Really?
I don't like it. I got one
So
little.
is it still the same up the nose?
Yeah, I got one little. You know, didn't feel a certain way earlier in the week, and I'm like, nah, I'm gonna go ahead and get tested. I don't know how people do it. Now, certain companies, I don't want to talk about this mess, but certain companies, either you get vaccinated or you get tested every week.
Right.
If I had to go through that BS, some companies are doing it twice a week, in the beginning of the week, and then when you leave on a weekend, and then when you come back, oh hell no, I'm not putting up with that shit. Twice a week having that thing up your nose like that. Mm-mm. Have you been tested?
Only once.
And did you like it?
Well, I didn't like it.
No.
I'm not a weirdo.
Your eyes start watering and all this other BS. Oh hell no.
I didn't find it to be all that bad.
If they do if they do it real quick, that's fine. But
they did it quick. Yeah, they did it quick. It was just like
both nostrils or just one.
Just one.
See,
I think it was just one. Maybe I don't remember if it was two.
It's a bit. I don't like
it. If it was two, she was very quick. I think it was just one though.
Nope, you won't get me to be doing that crap once and twice a week. That's stupid.
No, it's better. This test is better, remember, than what they had.
What one they had?
They had in the beginning. They had one that you had to go even further up.
Oh hell no. That's when I kept my ass in the house. I said, I see what the hell's going on. I understand that, but you will not be shoving that damn thing all the way up my damn nose like that.
I know. I remember us talking about that.
Oh,
we weren't going to get it done.
Oh, hell no. And then they shoved it up there, and then they had the nerve to twist it 2 or 3 times and then pull it out. Oh, hell no. As my friend Dawn would say, oh, fuck hell no.
Now that must have hurt, the twist.
Yeah.
How far did they go up?
The thing is like that long.
That's crazy.
No.
Kelsey, my daughter got it done, and she said that it hurt incredible.
She had the old-fashioned one, not old-fashioned because it's not that old, but
and she was pregnant at the time, so yeah, it's going back probably about 2 years.
When they first started it and was all the way up there, oh hell no.
She was telling us a story about. Remember how scary it was that she was pregnant and this woman confronted her in a parking lot. They hit their car. And the woman went up without a mask and she's breathing on her. And Kelsey's like, I'm pregnant. Like, back away. And she said she just had a baby. She's like, I just had a baby. Like, I'm pregnant. Like, or whatever. Like, leave me alone.
My opinion, which I know it's not everything, but I think that, breathing and coughing on people and all of this stuff, I still think it's on surfaces. I still think that it is transferred by touching stuff into your mouth and this and that. I think the whole mask thing is a way to keep us scared and pinned up against each other and to keep nonsense.
And calm, maybe a little bit calm too.
Yeah.
I agree. We would go without mask and you get spit on sometimes and you'd be like, but we never really realized, I don't think, put two and together. Like, we're getting spit on and we're getting their germs. And
how many times do we go through life without, whatever. But that's just me.
We went there. And now we're going to have that little disclaimer at the end of the.
No, because we've talked about it several times and nothing's happened. And I don't care if they put a disclaimer on it anyway, because it is what it is. So,
yeah.
well,
Yeah.
we had
Sounds good. It was fun.
yes. So I will see you next Wednesday for the final show of Reading Between the Wines for 21. I almost said 2022, but 21.
I know. I hope 2022 is going to be better to all of us on a whole broad spectrum. You know, it's just, I mean, everything, the natural disasters and the Omicron and boosters and lack of COVID test kits and all kinds of crazy stuff. So,
something else, man.
So we will. It'll be better. But anyway, everybody, if you don't tune in next week, well, actually, even if you do, it's Christmas.
Merry Christmas, yeah.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays.
Yep, to everybody out there. And we will see
you. And to you too.
We'll see you next week. This 12%, I only got halfway through it.
It looks good, though. It looks really refreshing.
Got a little buzz going on here tonight.
Oh, that's good. Oh, you hear I'm still wheezing. I'm like wheezy. Getting over things.
Wheezy from the Jeffersons.
All right. Wait a minute. Next week, right? Next Wednesday?
Yeah.
I might not be able to come on. I forgot about this.
What is that?
I'm getting an endoscopy.
What is
the camera down the throat.
Oh, so you won't be able to talk.
I don't know. I might not. If I can, I'll let you know.
You know, I didn't want to go there, but I think that you will have no problem because I don't believe that is the first time that you've had. Never mind, but we'll see how you do. If you don't tune in next week,
I'll probably be fine.
Yeah, you'll be a pro. You'll be a pro based on the things that you've told me in the past. That's not the first time that you've had. Anyway, you know what I'm saying.
See, they're like heads or tails. Which one do you want? In this situation, I would have went with tails, but they chose it for me. So hope to see you next week.
Yeah. Take
Bye,
care.
Guys. Happy holidays.
See ya. Good night. Well, there you have it. That was the whiskey drinking, crazy thinking, shit talking, and I ain't walking. Miss It's All on the Cars with Kathy. I want to say thank you all so much to everybody who joined in tonight. I appreciate you. Y'all were doing the thing out there. I seen a bunch of people pop in. What's going on, everybody out there on Facebook as well? D Live, Twitch, thank you for joining in. David, I'm not sure if you're still out there, but what's up? What's going on? Now, if you'd like to support the 401 podcast and Reading Between the Wines, text the keyword remix to 609-738-0611. Again, that is remix to 609-738-0611. And you will get a pre-order link for my new book, My Inspirations, Volume 1.5, Deliberation Remix Journal, a 30-day transformational journey towards a healthier mindset. And you will get a pre-order link to go ahead and get this book before it is released in about a week and a half. This book will be available on January 3rd, 2022. Thank you all to so many people out there who have been supporting. And well, I appreciate you so much. Mr. David says, I am here. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. David, I know I've asked you this before, but let me know where you are calling from. For those of you who are joining, might be watching for the first time, whenever I ask where you're calling from, that's basically a prompt for you to go ahead and rep your hometown, your city, where you're actually coming from. You can also take advantage of the exclusives that I have, which are going on. If you click the link above on my social media platforms and go inside, you'll see some exclusives for Karma's Paradise. You can get an autographed copy of my new book, as well as a t-shirt crafted by K. Cole. Also, you can do Glam and Bougie collection exclusive, and you can get an autographed copy of my book, as well as some fly glasses that I was wearing a couple nights ago. So yeah, check me out as well by clicking those links above. You are from Puerto Rico? Oh no, that's Alex. What's going on, Alex? How are you? I was asking where David is from. I saw Puerto Rico out there. So we have Mr. Alex Coquito in the building tonight. What's going on? We're getting ready to wrap everything up, but thank you so much for coming on in. And again, thank you so much to people out there on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, D Live, Twitch. And of course, I have to thank my executive producer, my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, for allowing me to come out here and give y'all this reading between the wine show one more time in life. And tomorrow, we have Inside the North Side podcast on the 411 podcast tomorrow at 10 p.m. Thank you all so much, and I'll see you tomorrow at 10. Sampling Gemma D Luna. Go ahead and try this Pinot Grigio by Gemma De Luna. Special shout out to my co-host. It's all on the cards with Kathy. And what's up, David from London? Thank you. I appreciate you for coming on in. Custom Creations, what's going on? Where are you calling from? All right, y'all. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 p.m. 411 podcast. Thank you so much. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Take care now. Good night.